While we're all about leveraging organic marketing efforts and free nonprofit ads, platforms like the Google Ad Grant, sometimes you have to pay to play for greater impact online, on social media platforms. On this episode of Whole World TV, we're going to tell you why YouTube ads are one of the most valuable places for nonprofits to invest their advertising budgets. Look, again, I'm George Weiner. I'm the chief whaler here. We have spent millions of dollars on social media, and we have seen amazing things on YouTube ads, and we're excited for you to be trying it out. We'll start with our reasons for really highlighting YouTube as a must-have advertising platform, and then provide a quick walkthrough for setting up your starter YouTube video ad campaign. Why YouTube ads? Well, look, we know that many nonprofits have really limited advertising budgets, hence that $100 plan, and we know that your team is very careful about how you spend that money. Your end goal, without a doubt, is some incredible cause or change that you're trying to stretch each dollar towards this greater impact. We think YouTube ads are a perfect fit for this because, look, in advertising teams, this is 3 reasons. Audience reach. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, second to Google. And if you're interested in putting money behind Google ads or applying the ad grant to grow a cause or org, well, look, why wouldn't you also be trying to leverage this same type of search traffic idea on YouTube as well? Bang for your buck. Look, the average cost per view for a YouTube ad can be as low as 10 cents. That means you can reach thousands of viewers for as little as like 10 or 20 bucks. For organizations with small budgets, this is by far one of the cheapest ways to reach users via paid ads. Finally, look, number 3, flexible targeting capabilities. YouTube offers so many different ways to target users on its platform, reach the exact audience you care about. Look, targeting options range from demographics, geography, interests, keyword searches, and even placements across specific channels and websites, increasing the chances that you will reach the users who will want to watch your ad and listen to your message. Number 4, video storytelling. Video is an incredibly powerful storytelling tool. I mean, we're doing it right now. And it should be used by every nonprofit, social impact org, and can even be used by organizations with small budgets. If you have a video, visuals that add life, humanity, story to your team, your cause, your org, your issue, your focus, look, you get it, then use them to convince people to support you and bring your message to them.
So now let's set up a YouTube ad campaign. This is a relatively easy campaign setup, actually. You might be surprised to see us in the Google Ads platform, and just a reminder that Google owns YouTube. So YouTube and video advertising on YouTube is actually set up in the same Google Ads platform that you might be using for search ads or for the Google Ad Grant. So hopefully it looks familiar to you already. But if we start here in one of our paid advertising platforms and go to the campaigns tab, then we can start a new campaign from scratch by clicking the plus icon right here, selecting new campaign. You can select one of Google's preset goals to help you kind of direct your campaign setup. We typically create a campaign without a goals guidance. If we're leaving it a bit more open-ended, if you know exactly what your campaign needs to be doing for your website, then you could click, leads, website traffic, brand awareness, whatever feels the most appropriate. And then you select a campaign type. So if we're advertising on YouTube, we want to choose video. You can also select a campaign subtype. It's automatically set to custom video campaign, which gives you the most opportunity to use different functionalities once you're setting up. So usually we recommend this from the get-go unless you know exactly, again, what kind of campaign subtype you want to be using from the start. We'll hit continue. And then at first we can name our campaigns. We'll call this Whole Whale TV because it's holding our Whole Whale TV videos. Then we set the budget for our campaign. You can either select a daily or campaign total budget depending on what's easier for you to track internally. You then, depending on what you select, enter either the average you want to spend each day or the total budget that this campaign should have for the duration of its run. If your campaign does have a set duration, you can input a start and end date. Note that if you don't, this will turn on and start spending money as soon as possible. So if you don't want it to be spending until a specific time or you want it to be paused until someone else can review, make sure that you put in a start and end date here. We also have bidding strategies for YouTube ads the way we do for other Google ad types. CPV is cost per individual view, so we can try to optimize based on the cost that it takes us for one person to view our video. You can also optimize by maximum CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions that our ad might have, and just different ways of thinking about it and different ways to optimize the performance of your ads and campaigns. Networks, ideally we definitely do want to show our ad across YouTube search and YouTube videos and any display network partners if available. If you don't want to be showing your ad on any of those for some reason, you can deselect them here. Then you can choose your language and your locations if you have the campaign level location targeting that you'd like to input. Content exclusions, these aren't usually super relevant and are kind of set up from the get-go to make sure that you're not showing on any type of YouTube content that's inappropriate for the typical brand or business. But if you have more specifications just based on the content of your mission, if it's inappropriate or sensitive for your ads to be showing on other specific topics or channels, you can be more specific here about what needs to be excluded. And then you can set up an ad group. So, for this one, we'll be working with the older videos in our $100 social media marketing plan. We'll just call this $100 social media marketing to keep us focused on the type of video we're using. For your ad group within YouTube advertising, if you're using a paid platform, there are no requirements about the number of ad groups or the number of ads per ad group like there are in the Google Ad Grant. So you have a lot of flexibility here. If you just wanted to have one ad group for each ad, to have the most specific targeting for every single individual ad, you could do that too. You don't have to have more than one. And then beyond some of the location targeting that you already input, you can also target based on audience demographics. So that includes age, gender, parental status even, or some of the other preset audiences that YouTube's identified. So, parents of a certain age group, people who have visited your site before, people who have certain lifestyles and hobbies, lots of options for targeting really specifically based on the type of people that you might be interested in reaching. If these, a certain age group is a more valuable donor for you, or, you are really trying to influence teens with your mission, etc., you can make sure that your audience targeting is set appropriately. You can also target based on content. So if you don't care about who's necessarily seeing it, but you do care about what they're interested in, you can target based on keywords, much like you would for a search campaign. You can input keywords here that somebody might be typing into the YouTube search bar and you'd like to be showing up for as a relevant search result. Or you can use different topics. So just more broadly choosing the categories of interest that you'd like to select. These are really broad and then get more and more specific at each level. So you can get in there and choose whichever ones, and you can choose multiple, feel the most relevant to the topic at hand, or might be the most primed in terms of a topic that is a relevant interest that might encourage somebody to learn more about your organization or to click through. And then placements, this is another type of content targeting. You can actually select specific YouTube channels or videos or even partner websites that you'd like to be showing on as an ad. So if based on your target audience demographics, where else they are online, what other types of videos they might be interested in watching, it would be a great idea to try and place your ad on those channels and on those videos so that you kind of reach them at the moment where they're most interested in learning about you. If you chose maximum CPV or CPM, you can input the different types of individual ad bidding strategies here. For CPV, we're thinking about what is the actual cost per view that we're willing to pay. Again, one of the benefits of YouTube is that it's not expensive. We're talking about 10 cents or lower sometimes per view, but you can start with something like this and then test the first few days of your campaign to see what is actually a more reasonable and possibly it could be even lower cost per view for you. And then we actually create an ad. We'll take the YouTube link here and input it into our YouTube video ad setup, and it will automatically pull in the fundraising video information. And then we can choose the ad format that we most want to use. So there are in-stream ads and video discovery ads. In-stream ads are the ones that play automatically before and after the video that you've chosen to watch. So you know these, you don't have a choice on whether they play, but you are able to skip them after a few seconds, so keep that in mind. And then a video discovery ad is the kind that shows up as a search result if somebody is clicking around the YouTube interface and searching something in search engines there. So you have slightly different information to input depending on the type you choose. If we look at in-stream first, again, you're trying to drive somebody to your site ultimately. So what is the site content that most corresponds to the video? Where are you trying to get action on your website or drive, commitment to your organization? For us, this $100 social media plan is also on-site content, so we're trying to choose a page that most corresponds to the video that we're showing. There's a display URL option too, so you could adjust this if just wanted it to say social media or something much shorter, catchier, possibly more attention grabbing. You could also add a call to action button if you were trying to run a donation ad or something similar to really emphasize the key takeaway and the key action that you want somebody to take. And then you name your ad accordingly based on the content there, just so that you remember which one it is. Marketing. And that's it. If we click Save and Continue, then our ad will be all set up and ready to go. If we really quickly look at video discovery as a different type of ad setup, this is also just as easy, but it requires slightly different information. So for a video discovery ad, we can select the exact thumbnail that we want to be appearing in a search result like this. And then we can add a headline, social media, and then we could add description. So we could be taking a couple lines from the video description that's already on YouTube or from our website, or just adding, more call to actions, depending on what it is that we want somebody to take away or what it is that we think will grab their attention and cause them to view that video through to completion and visit our website. And that's it. All there is to it. So then you have a YouTube ads campaign set up in your account.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Look, we're excited to talk about YouTube ads. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Tweet us at Whole Whale, and if you like what you saw today, you want to dive deeper, hey, hang out with us at wholewhale.com, find more helpful tips, resources. Here's some helpful things. You can even use, by the way, since you're still listening, WW Video to get 80% off Whole Whale View courses. Shh, don't tell anyone.